Magandang Lunes po sa inyong lahat. It's February 1, 2021, the start of a brand new month. Una po sa lahat, maraming po salamat sa ating mga subscribers at ating mga viewers ng ating channel. Last Friday, this channel had more than 100 views, and this is the second time in January that I got there were more than 100 to view the channel. Nag-umpisa po ako halos wala pang 10. Totoo po yan, wala pang 10. 9, 8. Tapos unti-unti na pong dumami dahil po sa inyong pagtangkilik. Maraming po salamat sa inyong pagtitiwala at pagsubaybay sa ating channel. If you like the content, please, I invite you to subscribe to my channel. Ako po si Benji Chidoro at I am a retired bank officer, and my expertise when I was still employed with the bank was compliance. And before, I was a compliance officer of the bank, and one of the compliance officers of the bank. But I was given a chance to head the compliance team at Hong Kong, and I accepted it. And after a few months, I was recalled. Kasi temporary lang po ang aking assignment sa Hong Kong because the compliance officer there resigned. So they got me as to fill up the post temporarily. And after, nung nagkaroon na ng compliance officer doon, I was assigned to a bank subsidiary, and I was appointed as Chief Compliance Officer until my retirement at the end of 2019. Ako po ay nag-start sa stock market noong early 2000. I started investing in UITFs, and then I started in the stock market siguro mga 2008-2009. Ako po si Benji Chidoro, nag-aanyaya na samahan ninyo ako at ating tignan ang pinaka-latest na balita tungkol sa PCOR or PETRON at APL at ang resulta ng trading sa ating PSE ngayong araw, the 1st of February. Dito lamang sa The Stock Market Today. Okay, let's take a look at the PSEI. The PSEI rebounded. It gained 202.14 points or 3.06% increase to end at 6814.76. And in spite of net foreign selling, you'll see yung ating gap dito, meron po tayong gap dito na-fill up na po with this two candles here. The red candle last Friday and the green candle today filled up the gap here. Actually, the red candle last Friday. And right now, I would place the support of the PSE here at, lagay natin dito, nandito siya, sa 65. Yan. So 6,500 ang support level ng PSE. Now, yung ating indicators is bearish on the PSE, if you will. Kasi it crossed over the candlesticks, both the 20-day exponential moving average and the 50-day exponential moving average crossed over the candlestick. So bearish pa rin ang ating indicator, and our RSI is at 3873, indicating a bearish number. However, with the bounce today, let's see what will happen to the PSEI in the following days. Because if this trend continues, then baka mag-move ng sideways to or ma-reverse na yung trend if we see green candlesticks in the coming days. Now, let's take a look at the market activity. The market activity had 130 companies advanced, 82 declined, while 45 remained unchanged. As for the sectoral indices, all were in the green, and this was led by the properties at 4.57% increase, then followed by, let's see, the financials at 3.15%. While the all-share index showed a increase also of 2.40%. As for the most active stocks, the second liners dominated the most active, the top 5 actually. The next 5 were the index stocks. So we will be reviewing today APL, ABA, DITO, LIHC, ACEN, TEL, SMPH, SMBDO, and JGS. By the way, if you have stocks in mind that you want me to review, please comment on the comment box at ipaprioritize mo natin ito. Let's start with APL. By the way, may news pala tayo kay APL, which I will be sharing with you later. APL had an increase of 11.86%, gaining 2.3 centavos. So 11.86 na yun, to end at 21.70. So kung titingnan natin ang APL, appears to be moving sideways. Although, it's sideways to bearish actually. Kasi it's between the EMA 20 and the EMA 50, yung blue line and the orange line. Okay, let's try to do the Fibonacci here. If we'll do the Fibonacci, makikita natin yung retracement ng APL na we have the upper retracement at, let's see, 26.25 centavos, while the lower retracement, I would place it is at 15.03. Yan yung lower retracement niya. So that's for APL, moving sideways. However, if we will plot this based on support and resistance, nandito siya. 17 yung support level niya, and the nearest resistance, I would place it at 28. No? So, malapit na ba? So, malapit na rin. 26.25 yung nearest retracement ng Fib. It's at 15, yung next retracement. It's 17 dito. So, a little bit higher yung retracements, or a little bit lower pala yung retracements. Okay, but if we'll remove the Fib, yan yung actual plotting natin ng support and resistance, moving sideways. Okay, ABA. Okay, ABA had a gap up today. It opened at 116, and this is way up high, higher than the closing price of the previous day na 90 centavos. So that's a huge amount, and there was volume, and I don't think this is a what do you call this? A breakout, no? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 1 week lang kasi. Normally a breakout is after a 2-week gap, So this is a recovery. There was a reverse hammer here, which is a sign of reversal, and there was a recovery today with volume. So if i-fib natin siya, let's try to do the fib. The nearest retracement is 1 peso here, and the nearest that's the nearest support. Diyan natin ilagay yung support, and the nearest resistance, actually yung 135 is resistance already, but the next retracement after the 135 or 134 is 158. Pero kung ipa-plot natin siya, actually I agree with the Fib, yung Fibonacci retracement niya. Tama yung support and resistance ni Fib. Although here, very thin lang yung natin, very thin lang, because isang data lang meron tayo dito So I wouldn't recommend the higher retracement. Of course, pwede nating sabihin na yung basis natin yung Fib, Pero kung support and resistance lang yung pag-uusapan natin, ipa-place ko yung support level niya at 101. At nandito yung present resistance niya. Dito, 138. 137 at 138. Yan. No? So, malapit na rin sa Fib. Malapit na rin siya. 135 yung 135 yung Fibonacci. I think. 133 yung Fibonacci. And let's see what will happen to the stock. Kasi napaka-lakas ng stock niya ngayon. And this appears to be a recovery. Now, kung mag-slash through siya dito, then the stock may have recovered. Mag-slash siya dito sa support in the coming days. Okay, and then dito. Okay, dito continues to move upwards, although these are very short candlesticks, Pero tingin ko dito sa dito is not that significant yung kanyang increase. So, sideways pa rin in a general direction niya. Sideways to upwards yung movement niya because our indicators are above the candlestick. So, if we will draw a Darvas, yan yung general movement niya dito. No? General movement niya is within this box with the upper level at 13.5 and the lower level is at 10.8. So 13.5 is our resistance, 10.8 is our support. And yung RSI natin is 61.9, meaning sentiment ni dito is bullish. And if you take a look, yung foreign investors natin are bullish on the stock since there is net foreign buying. And then LIHC. Okay, LIHC Lodestar Investment. Medyo erratic ang movement niya. So there was this, may volume siya ngayon, no? Pero the previous days, mukhang maliliit lang yung volume niya. So let's try doing the fifth on LIHC. No? Medyo yung unusual tong movement niya because there was this, it opened with a gap up, then closed at 139. No? So kapantay nung closing price nung previous day, kaya 0-0 siya. So kung i-fib natin to, okay, yung retracement niya, the nearest retracement is 1.26, which is the resistance. I agree with the resistance with the fib retracement, no? In setting our resistance level at 126. And the next retracement after the 139 closing price is at 164 based on the Fibonacci. Pero ano ito, no? This is very thin also since walang ibang indicator. So, tingnan natin yung hindi, meron. So, 164 siya, di ba? So, nandito yung next. Pwede, no? 164 yung, niya, resistance level niya because there is a 165, 166. Malapit na rin. Malapit na rin sa Fibonacci. Fibonacci kasi is a Renaissance mathematician who figured out the Fibonacci ratio or what we now call the golden ratio. Golden ratio yan. So sabi nga nila, the Fibonacci ratio can be seen in nature. It can be seen in the human body, in flowers, in shells. Yan. Doon nakikita yung Fibonacci. And in-apply din sa stocks. Sa stock market, in-apply din siya sa charts. So 1.66 and the nearest resistance would be here at 98, no? Or 1 peso. Yeah, 1 peso, 98. So, abangan natin yung susunod, no? Baka maaaring nagko-consolidate lang itong stock before it moves higher or move downwards. Right now kasi hindi natin masabi, no? Based on the chart. Pero yan yung levels na pwede natin tingnan. ACEN. Okay, ACEN, still moving sideways. So makikita natin dito yung ating indicator, just straight line slashing through the candlestick, indicating a sideways movement. Not much on ACEN, except that yung levels natin before the stock rights, the ex-dividend date, before the X date, was 537. It's 668 right now. A recovery from the previous... well, actually, it's a confirmation na pataas yung stock. If you were able to exercise the stock rights, gain na kayo doon. Kasi 237 lang yung exercise price. And yung weighted average price before X date was 530 or 540. Whereabouts, no? Nakalimutan ko na kung magkano eh. Kaya sa 668, maganda na yung pressure o nag-gain na kayo ng konti dyan. In the meantime, yung resistance level ni ACEN dito sa 6, no? 607, and the resistance level would be at, nearest would be at 719 or 720. And then, we will now go to the index stocks. TEL. Okay, but before we go to TEL, let me share with you yung news on Apollo Global. Apollo Global announces subsidiaries start of magnetite mining operations in Cagayan. Apollo Global Capital and subsidiary JDVC Resources will start commercial operations of the country's first offshore magnetite iron mining project in Cagayan next month. The company assured the government of a minimal impact on the sea environment as studies by a Singapore-based survey company showed that there is no coral or aquamarine life within the mining area located 150 meters below sea level. June Herrera, JDVC and APL consultant, said that the newly built deep-sea mining vessel arrived in Cagayan and was taking shelter because of strong waves. Okay, so this is good news for APL, but as we can see, APL appears to be bearish to moving sideways. No? Yun po yung news natin sa APL. Then our next news item will be on Petron. No? Ito, hindi magandang balita. Petron to go ahead with Bataan refinery shutdown this month. By the way, this news item came from Manila Standard. Pati na yung kay Apollo, no? APL Global. Petron Corp will proceed with the shutdown of its 180,000 barrel per day refinery in Limay, Bataan this month, a top executive said over the weekend. Petron President Ramon Ang confirmed the shutdown of Petron refinery for economic reasons. He said earlier that the refinery would be closed for 4 months starting February, but might still reopen this year depending on the economic situation. He said the shutdown would go ahead despite the recent approval of the project as a registered enterprise of the authority of the Freeport area in Bataan. So silipin muna natin si Picor. Okay, Picor is bearish, no? Appears to be moving sideways. No, it's actually bearish and very, very short candlesticks. More red candlesticks than green. And the green is very, very thin. Hindi maganda yung presyo niya, no? And if you plan to buy Picor, please don't, no? Wag muna. Stay in the sidelines. Or if you have Picor, then laylo muna tayo dyan, no? Because the stock is bearish. So those are our two news items. So let's proceed with the next TEL. Okay, TEL. Okay, actually may recovery si TEL, no? From a red engulfing candlestick. Actually, it's a long red candlestick to a green candlestick today. And alam mo si TEL, magandang company yan. Actually, kung index stock, magandang company. And TEL is a blue chip company, no? Matagal ng kumpanya yan. It started during the American regime, no? And it's still alive and functioning as a company as strong as ever. Kasi one of the characteristics of a blue chip company is longevity, no? Longevity siya. And PLDT has been in the business for almost 100 years, I would say. Diba? Ano ba ang ibig sabihin ng PLDT? Alam niyo ba? It's Philippine Long Distance Telephone Company. Kaya TEL yung kanyang stock code, no? Telephone, for telephone. Okay, so TEL had recovered and just appears, no? Na nag-bounce. In the meantime, yung key levels that we have to watch will be the next. Actually, there's a resistance here. There's also a resistance here. So meron siya nearest resistance at 1425. The next resistance is 1460. Yan yung levels na kailangan natin tingnan sa TEL, as well as the support. The nearest support, nandito siya sa 1320. Okay, so that's for TEL. Ano lang siya, no? Moving sideways, pero magandang stock naman yan. In fact, I have TEL in my portfolio, and my target price for TEL, of course, hindi to quick back, ha? Mag-aantay tayo dito. My target price is 1,600. No? Pero mag-aantay ka bago tumaas yan sa 1,600. Okay, next, let's take a look at SMPH. Okay, another index stock, nag-bounce siya. In fact, it is an engulfing candlestick, and it's a strong candlestick. Gained 6.37 points or 2.25 points. Appears bearish pa rin yung ating indicator kasi understandably it's a lagging indicator, but if we see green candlesticks the following days, then masasabi na natin moving sideways or nag-recover and moving upwards yung stock. In the meantime, yung support level ni PLDT, SMPH rather, is at 35.30, while the resistance level, the nearest would be here, 40.30. The nearest resistance level for SMPH. Then SM. SM is the holding company of the SM group. No? Okay, so SM had a recovery also today from a red candlestick. Actually, today is a recovery day from a profit-taking day last Friday. Again, bearish yung sentiment ng ating indicators, pero kung titingnan natin, meron siyang recovery today, but this has to be confirmed further by green candlesticks in the coming days. Green and higher candlesticks. In the meantime, yung pinaka-support level ni SM ay nandito siya sa 892, while the nearest resistance of SM is here at, let's see, 1082 or 1083. Okay, and then BDO. Actually, BDO, as I have reviewed this in the past few episodes, head and shoulder formation siya. So, ito yung head at yung dalawang shoulder. And makikita natin may dalawang bottom. Actually, tatlo na siya, no? This is a bottom in the making. Pero kung tumaas siya, hopefully tumaas, then nagbago na yung direction ni BDO. So, right now, it is at support level, actually. No, the support level is actually 100. In fact, pagdating dito sa support, nag-stop siya. Tapos, nag-bounce to end at 104 or 3.28%. So, ngayon, kung tayo ay magra-range trading dito kay BDO, ang next resistance level niya ay nandito sa 110 to 111. Yan, ang next resistance level ni BDO. And if you go up further, then after that, it will be 150 now. No? So, sana tuloy-tuloy na ito. Just like what I've said earlier, since the indicators are over the candlesticks, bearish pa rin yung sentiment niya. And our RSI is at 43, meaning it is also a bearish number. An RSI between 30 to 50 has a bearish sentiment, while an RSI between 50 to 70 has a bullish sentiment, or a bullish number. Okay, last, JGS. Okay, JGS. Bumagsak siya, no? Nung Friday. Pero nag-recover siya. But the recovery was 6.17% compared to Friday's 8.16% drop. So, kung titingnan natin, nag-bounce siya dito sa support level. Then yung support level niya nasa 61 eh. Yung support level ni JGS. And again, based on our candlesticks or based on our indicators, bearish pa rin yung indicators na pinapakita ni JGS. Okay, kung titingnan natin yung nearest resistance niya, I would say that the nearest resistance, lagay natin dito sa 70, 69 to 70, yung nearest resistance level ni JGS. Yan po ang ating report sa stock market, February 1, 2021. Thank God it's a Monday. Ito po si Benji Chodoro, nagpapaalala, an investment in knowledge pays the best interest. Magkita-kita muli tayo bukas sa next episode. Thank you and good day.